Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to another edition of Westbridge Hills. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. If you recall from the previous episode, we were working away at harvesting all the fields. And today we have all the fields harvested. Why am I in this screen? Today we have all the fields harvested. So as you can see, they are all taken off the fields. So 15, 16, 17. Actually, yeah, I think they're all taken off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one taken off right there. I think this was the last one we had standing in last episode, so I believe, yes, I thought so. Let's just grab this guy for a second. And let's turn the tractor on first, that might help. There we go, perfect. Alright, I believe all the fields are ready to be cultivated. So we can use our big cultivator there. Yeah, that's all done. I thought it was. I must have done it off camera. I can't remember. And this one I think is done as well. Is it? Yes. It's been cultivated as well. Looks like it hasn't been seeded yet though. Alright, so I'll have to take that into consideration. So if you recall, remember we got the what did we get? We got the night growth mod last episode, and or maybe not last episode, but a couple episodes ago, and that allowed us to have only growth at night, which is nice. Actually, what we can do, we can use this guy with this planter, because this planter doesn't really need that much horsepower. So let's take a look. What do we got over here? I don't think anything's planted yet. No, it's just been cultivated and fertilized, it looks like. Let's take a look at what we have in the... Oh, we have quite a bit. Let's plant... Looks like the lowest is barley, so let's plant a little bit of barley here. Perfect. So let's plant barley on this field, and then we'll use our big case, I think, to do a little bit of cultivating. Even though I don't really need to cultivate this particular field. But and also, if you remember, we managed to get rid of all of our trucks and then ran into a problem. I did pick up another truck. That's not terrible. It's $265,000 though. It's funny, the picture itself looks like the Lizard from 2013, the Lizard truck from the Titanium pack, but it's actually a Peterbilt 378. It's not terrible. The inside of it's alright. Canola for the warehouse. Let's accept these two missions. So let's go canola to the warehouse. So let's hop in this guy. Oops. I don't want to be trucking around a lot with this, so I want to get, hopefully I'll get a good, oh, I didn't look how much it was. Canola to the warehouse. I wish there was a way to check how much you needed to give a mission. Like, I know you can do it from here, or there are, not here, but there are some news features in this, but I thought you'd be able to check what your mission status is like as well, like how much you can give, or how much you need to give, I think. So let's go check that quickly once again. Should have paid attention the first time, I guess. Alright, so the reason why I want to do this is because we want to get the Peterbilt truck, because it will allow us to use a truck instead of a tractor to move stuff around. How much was it? 87 tons of canola and 78 tons of wheat. Okay, so 60 canola to the warehouse. Perfect. So let's go canola. I guess not close enough. Let's see if I can get close enough now. Canola. Perfect. That's going to take a little bit of time. And what we can do is, the other guy, I think, is just chilling out here. Yes, he is. Apparently he has a little bit of wheat left in this tank. I hate when that happens. It's funny, because I mentioned the fact that there aren't many seeders that can cultivate. A couple people sent me a few links. I know the Pronto 9-meter and the Pronto, I think it's an 18-meter one. Both are able to cultivate. They're mods. I believe they're mods. One's a mod from 2013. Oh, gotta turn that off. The shuttle control. It's weird. If you go backwards, well, in this case, you hit spacebar to engage to go backwards. But what happens is you end up pushing W to go backwards because you've changed it into shuttle control backwards. It really threw me off the first time I discovered that. I'm like, what? You gotta do what? So, anyhow. Do we want to plant any corn? If I were to plant corn, I probably wouldn't use that. So let's just leave this guy here for the time being. We probably could put him on the cultivator, but I think it probably could actually. I don't think it needs that much horsepower. Let's just check here. I think it only needs, yeah, 300, so it probably would be able to without a problem. Alright, let's take this load of canola to the warehouse. So we actually need to take 2 loads of canola to the warehouse, or almost 2 loads. The nice thing about the big case quad track, of course, is the fact that warehouse is just north of us. Okay, is the fact that it's got lots of power, so it doesn't slow down terribly much. Although now that I say that, it's slowing down up the hill here. I don't know if those tracks will be turning quite so much there. Whatever. Alright, so the funny thing about this is the fact that, well, I guess one of the problems we're running into is the top speed of this particular vehicle is only 40 clicks, which is kind of slow. But it will get the job done. This looks so ridiculous. Can't wait to get rid of this thing. Well, rid of the setup, I should say, and pick up the truck. The truck, I checked it out just before I loaded this game, the save game. And it's alright. It's not the best looking. It looks good on the outside. Inside could use some more work. But that's pretty much the same for almost all the mods that are coming out right now. They're not bad on the outside, but the inside, they need some work still. C'est la vie, I suppose. Alright, our cows are doing alright for the time being. They could probably use some more mixed rations, but they're doing fine for now. And I think our BGAs, we don't need to worry about our BGA at this particular time because that's not 8 o'clock. That's one that's kind of nice. At least you know when things are going to happen. You know it's always going to be at 8 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning, so any other time you can do something else, basically. The one benefit that I mentioned last episode is the fact that when you are driving with a dolly, like we are right here, one of the nice features is the fact that the trailer doesn't tend to push the vehicle nearly as much. So when you make a turn this fast, oh, as I say that, it still does it, as you can see, but it doesn't appear to be as bad. Alright, so we needed, I think it was 79 tons here. So we're going to make a nice little bit of money from this, and of course, time changed to 12 o'clock. And remember, we are on hard, so the prices aren't crazy good for us. Where is it? We're taking it to the warehouse, which I guess will be at the end. Canola is 530 a ton. So we made quite a bit of money just from that, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, of course, now that I mentioned it, it's going to slide all over the place. Jeez. We're going to go this way back just because I want to check the mission board again. I imagine by the time we drop off the second load and we get the bonus, we'll have enough, more than enough to do this with the truck, and then we'll put this on what it's supposed to be doing, which is cultivating. Like I said, we could use the T8435. That would be perfectly fine, I imagine. I don't think it would have any problem cultivating, but I don't know, I just think it looks not as good as with the case for whatever reason. You can't really cut in front of cars in this game. If you try to cut in front of cars, you will definitely be sorry, that's for sure. Mainly because the cars are bricks and you cannot do anything about it. Which kind of makes me a bit sad, actually. To a certain extent. Like, it's good on the one hand, because it means you're not going to try and push cars out of the way all the time, but it's bad on the other hand, in the sense that should you decide to get in front of a car, you're going to be sorry. Oh, well. Perfect. Ooh, that was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but the tracks actually moved up and down as if they had shocks back there in that little bumpy spot. That was pretty nifty, actually. I guess the one problem with this tractor for whatever reason slides by itself really easily. I never had this much, it didn't slide this much with other tractors when I used this setup. It just seems to be this one, so it's a bit of a shame. Alright, let's see, how much do we have left? I think it was 79 tons. Let's take a quick little peek here. So ask for 87. We're asking for 87. So we need another 21 tons. Alright, let's grab that then. Actually, I could use that little small trailer there. Actually, that would be just too small, I think. Alright, let's fill this guy up again. Perfect. Alright, while we're waiting for this guy to fill up here, let's take a look at a couple of the comments from the previous episode. It's funny, I've been messing around with graphic settings and stuff like that, and messing around with dirt and mirrors and stuff, just to see what's the most optimal setup for me at this particular time. And it's been kind of fun to test it out to see what's what, because I'm always curious about these types of things. I always wonder, I'm like, well, what's the best way of going about it? What's the best setup, sort of thing. So, I don't know. I find it interesting. Not everybody does, I suppose. Oh, I didn't need that much. Oh well, we'll just sell the whole thing. Should have been paying better attention. So we'll get a little bit of extra here. That's not a problem. Alright, so some of the comments from the previous episode. Oh my goodness, this is so slow. There we go. My application on my phone was not loading properly, apparently. Alright, here we go. Some of the comments from the previous episode. I guess this is episode 20. Alright, what do we got here? Camden asks if I've ever done anything embarrassing in public, if so, what? I'm sure I've done something embarrassing in public. I can't recall exactly what it is, but I'm sure I have. Probably laughing out loud really oddly, or saying something really odd. I don't know. I'm not afraid to talk to random people I've never met before, so that's probably part of embarrassing. Probably wasn't embarrassing for me per se. I bet it was embarrassing for the person I was with at the time. That would be my guess. Just because the type of person I am. When you're a teacher, you're a bit of a talker sometimes. You're not afraid to talk to people you've never met, because if that were the case, it'd be difficult to teach a class of students you've never met. So that would probably, I'd have something to do along those lines, I imagine, Camden. There we go. That was a nice little slow turn there. Trevor says I should check out the Peterbilt 379. I probably should. I checked out a Peterbilt 378, and that's the one we're going to get in a moment here. And the Peterbilt 378 was alright. Not amazing, just alright. Let's back up a little bit there. Perfect. Alright. We should get the bonus momentarily. Oh my goodness, $516,000 bonus. That is ridiculous. Alright, well, we can afford the truck. Yay! It's funny, I probably would have had enough money just from selling the canola by itself, I think, or close to it at least. But with the bonus, we have a rather large amount of money now. I could just reset this, I suppose, now. Nah, we'll just drive it back. But before I forget, let's buy the truck. So it's in truck. So this is what it looks like. That's the lizard look, but it looks fairly similar. And you can actually choose a color, which is kind of nice. What color is... I don't know what color the crampy trailer is. Let's go with black. We still have $400,000 left. Sweet. Actually, one of the things I was thinking about doing was maybe planting one of the smaller fields sugar beets, perhaps, or something along those lines. It was just a consideration. Alright. Ander says the only cedar that can cultivate at the same time is the Vaderstadt Pronto, I believe. What the heck is that called? Oh my goodness. Rapid A. That's the only one that can cultivate and seed at the same time. There's actually been a couple of people who have released the Horsch Pronto, the big cedar we have, and turn it into a direct cedar. I don't know if it actually is in real life, but someone has released it in-game to do that, to do just that, so that's kind of cool. Ethan says I should get a pressure washer. Ethan, I say to you, the rain will do the same thing. And I've watched too many videos, let's just say. This is just my personal opinion, of course. I've watched too many videos where people will wash the vehicle. You end up having to wash the vehicle every single episode because they get dirty so easily, so I just don't bother. That is my personal opinion. Maybe at some point in the future I'll decide to use a pressure washer, but I think until that time comes, I'm not going to. Because I like the way they look when they're dirty. And it makes more sense. Although tractors do get, there is such a thing as clean tractors. Oh no, I want there we go, just that. There is such a thing as clean tractors, of course. At the end of the season, people tend to clean their equipment. So, for example, at the end of harvest season, a lot of people, it's very important to clean your combine between seed. So, for example, if you're harvesting soybeans and then you switch over to, see, what the heck was that? If you're harvesting soybeans and you're switching over to wheat, there's a few changes you need to make. One of them, of course, is cleaning the tractor. And then there are a couple other changes you need to make as well. Look at this slide. That's ridiculous. There are a couple other changes you need to make as well, so. There we go. Perfect. I think partial of the reason, like in that particular change, you'd probably have to change the way the, something to do with the way the chaff is separated for straw, of course, and that kind of stuff, so. Anyways, let's set this guy on his way, and then I can show you the Peterbilt that we picked up. And we might change it out again, who knows, when I find a better Peterbilt. Alright. Just hire a worker here, let him do his thing. Perfect. Alright, so let's just enter the vehicle. So this is what the Peterbilt looks like in black. I don't know, I guess I have a thing for black trucks, because everything I've bought so far has been black. I could have bought orange just for Caravan. This is from Texas, apparently. I'm not from Texas. I could change that, actually. Now that I think about it. Maybe I will. But it's not my favorite truck, so I probably won't. So that's what it looks like on the outside. On the inside, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, because it's dark outside. Ooh, just that's what happens when you hit the lights on. A little bit of a frame rate drop there. But the inside looks like it still needs some work. So, anyways, let's get this guy started. Top speed of 90 kilometers an hour. That's good for us. Hopefully it doesn't slide so much. And it looks like, I didn't realize, the exhaust particles have not been added, which is a bit of a sad. Makes me a bit sad, but going 90 kilometers an hour is not so bad. Alright, so let's grab our trailer. And I probably won't, whoa. I probably won't drive in cab very much, maybe? No. Especially in a day like today, it's really cloudy outside in this game. So one of the things I've discovered with some of these trailers, where the actual attachment joint is, there's a problem. So like, so for example with this one, you see how it kind of angles down? And you see how this trailer is going to collide with this. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. That is the same problem I ran into. No, it looks like it's okay. But that's the same problem I ran into with some other vehicles. So the end of the I'm not sure if it's just the type of trailer it is, and this is, I guess, meant for European-styled vehicles. I don't know, but you can definitely see it's not really meant for this. I haven't seen many Merit trailers or Cornhusker trailers. What was it? Wheat. I need to go check now again. Wheat to the flour mill, I think it was. But the exhaust isn't on that, which makes me a bit sad. But it looked well. It looked all right, and it's like they're not terrible, which is good. All right, let's quickly check to see what is up. Flour, wheat, 78 tons. Okay, wheat, 78 tons. I'm gonna put this truck in the same group the other truck was in, because then that's the truck group. And of course, if you're gonna ask, that mod I'm referring to is the vehicle switching mod, which is awesome. That looks funny now. So it's too low. Wheat to the flour mill. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I guess like this is probably a convert, I imagine. It looks actually pretty decent. Let's just put a flashlight on. It looks fairly decent. Like the texture is pretty solid. It's even got the rivets there, you can see. The gas tank itself's not too bad, but the outside's pretty slick. They did a good job. Like that's one thing that always got to look out for is when you convert, the textures aren't always nice. But I think the inside texture could use a little bit of work. I don't know what the reason for that is, but could be anything. And I need to go out of my way to find another trailer now, because this looks silly. I might be able to use the Flygo. I don't know for sure though. The Flygo might be alright. And this truck actually's got quite a bit of power because it just pulled this thing without a problem. Wow. Getting up to the top speed. Yeah, I think the big problem right now is the fact that a lot, like, this is a very standard setup for all Peterbilts basically. And I think what's happened is there hasn't been a good texture layout for Peterbilt yet. And then once there is a good texture layout, everyone will swell. A lot of people will start using it. Because if you go back to 2013 and you look at some of the texture layouts, they were all identical for Peterbilts. They didn't change. And that's probably because, well, one reason is because, of course, it had been out for a long time. 2013, I mean. But also they had a good time to work on the textures. Like right now, this truck looks good on the outside. It looks pretty darn good on the outside. I wish they had the exhaust textures. I don't know why. I'm guessing the person just didn't know how to do it, and they just left it out for the time being, which is fine. So, take a big turn around here and don't cut the corner here. Also, they managed to get the person on the inside to actually turn the wheel, which is cool. There's no hands in the wheel, and the wheel actually doesn't turn when you're in here, which is kind of funny. So... but it's got a good speed to it, which I like. Maybe I will tinker with this one a little bit. I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to, if I do tinker around with it, I'll have to move the actual place where it attaches back a little bit, because this is looks like it's a little too close to, it's a little bit too close to the front of the truck. It does slide a little bit, not too badly though. But overall, it looks better than the... Oops, got that his way here. Oof, that was close. It does look better than the other T8. And was it what? T800, I think I was looking at. The other truck. Which one is it? Oh goodness. Tractors. This guy, Kenworth T800. Yeah, it looks good on the outside right now still, but on the inside, not so good. And it doesn't function the way I want it to. And the attacher joint, so I ran into the same situation with that one. Like this the actual, I don't know what it's called, the saddle, I think maybe, was just in the wrong spot. And it looks like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks like the grain's falling through the trailer itself. It's a bit odd. Yeah, because I think, let's just check tippers. There's only the only two tippers that are the tippers that work with the semi is this one and this one. And this one has this huge thing that sticks out of the front, which would be a problem. And there is one more, I think. Is it? No, maybe there isn't one more. I thought there was one more. Might be in a different section or something, but maybe the best thing to do is just to use a dolly. I don't know. Hurry up. Nick says, thanks for another great episode. You're very welcome, sir. I'm happy to entertain, I guess is the way I would describe it. I'm happy. As long as you guys are happy, I'm happy. That's how it would work. And of course, let me know how your day's going. I'm always interested to hear what people are doing and how things are going for you guys. I guess by the time this goes live, this will be way past Thanksgiving, but in real time, this weekend is Thanksgiving in the United States, so happy Thanksgiving! Or happy belated Thanksgiving, I guess it would be. Canada, we already had our Thanksgiving a while back, so you guys are late. Or the other way around, we were early. Whatever you want to think about it. It's funny, I was listening to a live stream the other day, Jim from Predatory Gaming, and Bipolar Prophet was on there, and he was saying, why do Canadians have Thanksgiving? Because in the United States, there's a very clear reason why there's a Thanksgiving there, because of pilgrims or something. I don't know. I'm not American, so. But that's what he was saying, and then he's trying to, because there was like, you know, there was a reasoning behind it, but he was like, why do Canadians have Thanksgiving? Because there's no pilgrim-related stuff. Our Thanksgiving, I believe, is more related to harvest time. I don't know if there's any other particular reason why we have it, but it's mostly to do with like harvest time, I believe. Kyle says, go big or go home. Mission complete. Wow, another almost $500,000 bonus. How much did we actually make today in mission? We made $1 million in mission, so there we go. We had a net gain today. What was... Is it going to show you? Yeah, it does. I guess that is the net gain. There you go. So now we have some more money to buy another truck, should we need to. Yeah, so I don't know why, but... Oh, it does get dirty. I don't like the way it gets dirty, though. It looks bad. I would rather this truck stay clean rather than get dirty, because that's... I was in the truck and I was like, what the heck is that on the hood? It's dirt. Look at that. I don't know if... Get out there. That little spot right there is dirt, and I guess the texture is ridiculously bad. I would just rather the truck stay clean than look that bad dirty. Oh well. Actually, is that... It looks like that gets dirty too. That's interesting. Anyways, folks, I think with that we will end the episode there for now. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from Westbridge Hills. Catch you guys later.